Hi everyone, it's Clinton from Home Drafting and Design here at 578 Oxford Street in Oshawa, looking at a rags to riches project that was a little bit tattered, a little bit worn when we first got here, and it's been turned into a little gem in the heart of Oshawa. I'm here today with Don and Rick Lewis, the Lewis brothers. Thank you guys for meeting with us. Obviously we were here before about 2 months ago, but there might be some people at home who don't know who you are. So why don't you tell everybody at home who you guys are and what you do?
So I'm Rick Lewis, I'm Don's older brother. Basically we come from a construction background. We've been purchasing houses privately for the last 3 or 4 years. We'll buy them, renovate them, flip them, or we'll keep them into a rental.
We buy properties off market that typically need extensive renovations. And we like to just rehab them and really bring them up to more modern standards.
Awesome. All right, so tell us a little bit about the project that we're in today. I mean, it's been 2 months. We saw this place all pulled apart. Give us some insight as to what happened here and how this has all come to be.
So pretty much we had to almost do everything. Yeah. It was almost down to studs, pretty much. We had to do all new electrical because it's not knob and tube. We had to do all new plumbing, get rid of the old cast iron, bring it up to modern standards. All new siding, all new windows, kitchen, flooring, trim, you name it.
Easier to list what we didn't have to do
on
this one. So.
Okay, what didn't you have to do in the place?
The drywall right there.
The drywall right there, just that one spot right over there.
Funny enough, we actually had to replace that drywall.
So, I mean, obviously we have a much more open and airy feel here, guys. Talk to me a little bit about sight lines, because I walked in through the front door and I have a magnificent view when I first walk in. We wanted to throw the family room right off of the kitchen, because having kids, it's nice to be able to cook, see the kids, watch TV, whatever you need to do. And in the front, we have more of the formal dining room. But yeah, the island and the kitchen was really a big inspiration to create a good flow throughout the house. Now, we did a quick walkthrough when we first got here. One of the first things I noticed going into every bedroom was it was so much brighter. Mm-hmm. So how did you guys go about making it seem so much more open and so much,
So what we really did at that point was just upgrade the windows and allow for the maximum amount of light to come in, just to give it an even bigger feeling of a home. Gotcha.
Now, that bathroom upstairs, that was the definition of ugly when we first came here. And I recall having to limbo under a bar. So talk us through a little bit of the inspiration. Like, I saw some of the tiles that were in there, what you did with the shower there. What was the inspiration?
So this home being a 4-bedroom home, we really wanted to really enlarge that bathroom, because before it was a pedestal sink pretty much for 4 bedrooms, which is not feasible in any which way. Yeah. So we really got rid of the closet that was part of the master bedroom. And we enlarged that bathroom to a dual vanity. We did a tub because it's the only tub in the house, just for kids and stuff like that. But we really wanted to, because it's the only bathroom, really do upscale tiles in that area.
Yeah. We threw in a little powder room down here just because going up the stairs to run to the washroom is a bit of a pain. Mm-hmm. So we figured that it's a little more convenient. Took up a bit of space, but definitely worthwhile.
I love what you did there with the space saving. So where did you even find that vanity? I mean, it's nice and compact. It fits in there really well.
We've tried on projects to put this thing in, because it's like the size of a shoebox, but it works just to wash your hands really quickly. Yeah, that's it. That's all you really need in a powder room. We get them at Home Depot.
Nice. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that being such a small room, too, we really had to play with the configuration to make it the minimal size we could, so it doesn't intrude too much, and that was kind of the best option for it.
Yeah, because it is tied into your living space. Obviously, you didn't want to take up. Yeah, you didn't want to take up too much of that space. Yeah. I also noticed that upstairs you did a really fancy, like 6x6 type tile, and then down here you decided to do like these 24x24 tiles. So, what was the reason behind using such a large tile in such a small room?
A little bit less maintenance.
Okay.
Kids are going to come in from the backyard, mud right in there, and the smaller tile, more grout lines, more cleaning. Big tile, super easy to clean, very durable.
But also a small tile in a small space, we wanted to make it seem that much bigger. So with the larger format tile, it just makes it seem like a little bit of a bigger room, just design-wise.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, I mean, in that way, you only had to use like 3 tiles in there.
Exactly. Not very many.
So we've talked about flow and how this all kind of came together, and we saw what it looked like before. I got to ask, because I mean, this was obviously a project done during COVID, and with dreaded COVID. We'll talk about the elephant in the room for a second here. So what challenges did you guys experience trying to get this project to completion?
Generally getting materials on site. Trying to get, Home Depot, you had to set up an appointment to get your materials, line up, get everything ordered. 2x4s are a fortune. Some of the siding stuff took weeks to get in. So it's just a matter of managing around that random schedule that you're not used to. And that's why it took a couple weeks longer than normal, but all turned out pretty good and just managing that time really.
Our trades loved it because they love working with us because the houses are always vacant. And we schedule them out to give them enough time to come in and do the work and give them their space they need, especially during these
Usually
times.
one trade at a time comes in, they get their docket and they're good to go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Because you had probably a few trades in here. We had some plumbing that was revamped,
Yeah.
electrical, a whole new HVAC system, basically the way it was rerouted. Because upstairs, I know we were talking about it before, there were vents, but they weren't connected to anything.
And it was a retrofit based off of the old gravity system, right? So the heat would just, there was very minimal venting, everything. So at that point, we just wanted to bring up the modern standard. And there was an oven tube in the house.
So that all got
we didn't know
replaced.
about. So again, we just decided at that point, just all new electrical everywhere throughout the whole thing. I know it was more expensive, but it was just really the best thing for the house, and we want to make sure it's up to code.
New plumbing from grade up, basically, as well. So everything's pretty much brand new in the house.
Wow. We even got the drains scoped to just make sure they were safe and there was no cracks in them, and they all turned out perfect. So
you mentioned siding on the outside. So obviously there was a bit of challenge in getting that material, getting it all put together, but talk to me a little bit about curb appeal, because this is actually a flip. You guys aren't holding this property, right?
No. Curb appeal sometimes gets lost in a flip. People concentrate too much on the inside and you forget, especially being a corner lot, you're gonna see, two sides of the house the second you come up to it. So we want to go very heavy on the design outside. Some details up when you'll see in the shots later with the gables have like a fake cedar shake. And then just pick the colors to pull off the roof and got rid of some of the gardens as well and put more grass down just to make the yard feel a little bit more open and bigger.
it was pretty ugly before too.
It was really ugly.
It was, yeah. I recall seeing it where it was all kind of open. I see that you guys have now created sort of this backyard space, which is kind of nice. It's not huge, but at least it's something that makes you feel like you actually have a backyard.
And it's difficult with a corner lot, especially because there's a 2-car garage, which is very hard to find in this neighborhood. So that took up a lot of the backyard. With being a corner lot, we were able to create a backyard. So at least give them some outdoor space.
And the garage is sweet.
Yeah, no doubt.
I would kill for this garage.
So I'm curious, I look around the neighborhood, there's a lot of obviously the regular Ontario red brick. There's a lot of the white siding. I saw that you guys, I wasn't sure what you guys were going for the color. I mean, a lot of people are going with a much more modern sort of charcoal type finish. Yeah. What was the reason behind going with sort of the beige finish that you went with?
So we built off the roof, which was recently done before we purchased the house, which was a brown color. So we built that as sort of the color tone to the house, and the slate doesn't really work with that. The darker colors don't really flow well. And we wanted to create a little bit more of a kind of an inviting environment to come into the house, warmth. Yeah. So we use that sort of taupey siding with the white corners to more of I like to say like a Cape Cod style home.
Mm-hmm. And it's, it suits the house as well. It does. Right? 2-story home, older home. So we really wanted to keep a bit of that heritage with the home as well.
Mm-hmm. It feels very airy and open. The whole space just feels like it's been opened up. As much as we've opened it up literally with a beam, the rest of the house, even though we haven't really expanded any of the rooms, just feels bigger, feels more open. So that's pretty awesome. Now the front deck, that's totally new.
That was a disaster.
Yeah, it was a disaster. It was
everything else.
Pretty crazy. So what was it like even just trying to get the materials for that?
Expensive.
Yeah.
The 6x6s alone are just super, super expensive, but we just wanted to revamp it, keep it clean. The black railing just to pull off the door and everything, just to kind of, again, they had a bay window sticking out 2.5 feet, taking up all the sitting space. Mm-hmm. So we decided let's just do a flat window, put some chairs out there and create a nice sort of neighborhood environment with it.
Okay, so we talk about the front deck. We've talked about the cost that was involved in even putting that together. So I have to ask the question. We talked about numbers when we first got in here, and you guys are already smirking.
It's a sensitive subject.
So the question now is, how much over budget did we end up going on this one?
I think we came in about 10% over.
That's not too bad.
Which is not too bad, because some things we saved here and there, and then we added a couple things that any project you can add a few things here.
But hold him.
But I'd say somewhere around 10% give or take.
Right on.
Yeah.
What were the things that you felt you were able to save on a project like this?
Oh my God. Exterior drywall.
Oh, okay.
It's probably
because this house, as I think you guys remember from the first video, a lot of it was re-drywalled because they were looking for the money. Remember?
That's right.
We didn't find any. Nothing.
See that.
So
you found money in the property itself.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, we'll see.
So, I mean, obviously you guys work independently. You also work with partners and investors to make projects like this happen. So I know every project's a little bit different, but how did you come about having this project structured?
So this one particularly, we bought privately, and we brought in a partner who paid for the renovation part of it. So we funded the purchase and the ongoing cost of that, and they covered all the renovation costs. And then at the end, we work a split out with them when we sell the property. So pretty much, like you said, every JV deal can be structured differently. It all depends on who's bringing what to the table. It's not always just straightforward like working partner, finance partner. It's better just to really have a discussion of what you're bringing and how we can benefit each other.
And we're flexible in that way because we want to make sure it's a win-win for all parties.
We don't like to do one deal with one person one time and say, okay, we're done. We want to build a relationship and do deals with them for 10, 20 of them over the years.
And obviously you guys are always in the market for looking for new investors, people to work with. What's the easiest way people can get in contact with you if they're looking to partner up on a project?
So email, social media, call, anything, we can provide all that information.
Call you.
Call me.
All of us.
Yeah. reach out on the Facebook. That's awesome. That's awesome.
And it's anything from flips to conversions to top-ups.
Buy and holds.
Buy and holds, all that sort of stuff. So we have tons of options and we can make any type of deal happen.
So there's not really any limitations as far as what project you guys are willing to work on. If it's something that's a buy and hold or buy and flip or whatever you're interested in kind of making money and doing deals.
That's it.
I love it. That's awesome. Well, thank you guys very much for meeting with us again. This is amazing to see this project finished off. It's obviously going up on the market or is on the market now?
Yeah, today, once we're done
here.
here.
Today, it's on the market. Oh, that's amazing. That's awesome. So hopefully it won't be on the market very long. We'll see what it looks like when it's all said and done. Obviously, if people are looking for it, they can find it on realtor.ca. It's listed there. Talk to their local real estate agent, I'm sure, and they can come take a look at it.
So we're holding offers, I believe, Tuesday the following week. And then, we'll see how it goes.
But I'm really glad you were able to finally come see a finished product.
Yeah.
Because you're always in at the starting, doing the designs, and I don't know how much of it you actually see afterwards. But
I don't get a lot of opportunities, so I appreciate you guys letting me come back.
You guys are all welcome anytime, so.
Awesome.
Thanks for checking it out, man.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.